All right, San Antonio Spurs beat the Orlando Magic 112 to 114 points for the Spurs. And yeah, man, both teams played hard out there. It was a good ass game. This is the lead tracker right here. This doesn't quite tell the whole story of the game. Didn't feel like the Spurs dominated the whole game. Watching the game, I was never super concerned that we were going to lose the game. It felt like we were pretty much going to come out with the win all game long, except when it was late in the fourth quarter. Franz Wagner hits a three. Franz Wagner hits a three and cuts the game to a 2 point game. And then, of course, Luke Kornet blocks the shit out of Franz Wagner and sends his shot all the way into the shadow realm. We'll get into the player stats. We'll get into the team stats. This is just the lead tracker of the game. So basically, if y'all see, this is your first quarter right here, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. This is a 10-point lead, 15-point lead, 5-point lead. All the black is going to be the Spurs, so all you see is just a bunch of black all the way across pretty much the whole thing. I was thinking back after the game, I was like, did Orlando ever have a lead on us? Their biggest lead was 1 point right here. Our biggest lead was 15. Orlando's biggest lead was only the 1 point there. And if y'all zoom in real close right here, real close. You see that little strip of blue, and that's when Orlando did have the 1 point lead. I don't remember even when they had that lead, but it was in the first quarter at some point. They were up on us somehow, some way. But our biggest lead is 15. There's only two lead changes in the game, so it wasn't like watching an OKC game where I'm watching the Thunder and I'm just like, they're just absolutely dominating these boys. There's no way this team has any chance at beating OKC. I don't feel like that with our team quite yet, of course. We are still a younger team. We're still developing our chemistry as a team. Wemby's 21 years old. Castle's like 20 years old. Dylan Harper is 19. We just have a really young core. We're still developing chemistry and we're still developing players from the inside of the organization. But yeah, just a good performance overall. Our biggest lead's 15 again. Orlando only has the 1 point lead. And if you just look at the entire chart, all you see is black. The Spurs were up pretty much the whole game long. I'm so excited. Luke Kornet just destroyed Franz Wagner's shot, sent his shot into the shadow realm. Luke Kornet, he just hits the celebration. He just busted that out of nowhere. I don't know if he's been saving that celebration, but Luke Kornet just destroys Franz Wagner's shot at the end of the game. All the boys were hype. I was hype. It was probably the best moment all season was that Luke Kornet block. You could argue Wemby closing against the Chicago Bulls when Wemby's dancing on Vucevic and hitting back-to-back threes to close out the Bulls game. Maybe that was the best moment of the season, but in my opinion, this was the best moment of the season. Luke Kornet just destroying that shot for the win. De'Aaron Fox has the 31. Franz Wagner has the 25. We'll get into the exact player stats here in a second again. We have 114. Orlando has 112. If you see the final score, you think it's just like a back and forth game all game long, but it really wasn't. It's another thing from our team. I mentioned in almost every video, we have so much talent, even with us missing Victor Wembanyama, missing Stephon Castle. To be fair, the Magic were missing their best player in Paolo Banchero. I think Paolo's an amazing player. He loves to dance into that mid-range shot way more than he should, in my opinion, about Paolo Banchero. I think he should put his head down and get in the paint, and he could be finishing like Giannis in the paint. He's such a big guy. He could be more effective attacking the paint. But I like Paulo. Paulo misses the game. So does Wembanyama and Vassell and Castle, rather. So we're missing more talent than Orlando, just to be fair. But with the talent that was out there for both teams, we're just a better team than Orlando with what we were putting out there on the court. We have 52 rebounds. They have 48 rebounds. We normally win the rebound battle. We're missing Wemby, but we still were able to win the rebound battle out there. Orlando has 27 assists. We have the 20 assist. Watching the game, it didn't feel like we had great ball movement, to be honest, but there weren't a lot of times in the game where I felt like we were being extremely stagnant offensively. I felt like we had decent off-ball movement on offense. My main complaint, pretty much game in and game out, is our turnovers. Speaking of turnovers, we had 19 turnovers. Orlando only had 10, but our roster is just so much more talented than Orlando. If they had Paolo Banchero out there, it'll be a different story. We may have lost this game if we're missing Wemby and Castle and they have Paolo out there. Orlando still could have beat us in this game, but if you watch the game, it just felt like we had it under control all game long. But yeah, they beat us in assists. They have 27. We have 20. That's another thing I look at is the turnovers, 3-point shooting, and assists. And they did beat us in assists, but it wasn't as bad as like 2 games ago when we lost to the Timberwolves. That was just horrible, stagnant ball movement. We did better than that, so we'll give the credit where it's due there. Orlando has the 11 steals. We only have 5, and again, we have the 10 turnovers. They have 19 turnovers for us, 10 turnovers for Orlando. First quarter, if y'all remember, De'Aaron Fox had back-to-back turnovers. There was one, he's dribbling the ball. He tries to get into like a spin move. I want to say it was Jalen Suggs that just got on top of it and ripped De'Aaron Fox. It's so rare to see any player just rip De'Aaron Fox in the open court like that. But credit to Jalen Suggs, he ripped De'Aaron Fox really clean. And then it was back-to-back turnovers. The very next play, De'Aaron Fox passes Devin Vassell the ball. They're in the front court. He passes Vassell the ball. He was expecting Devin Vassell to come back and grab the ball, but Vassell wasn't really paying attention. I'm not going to say it was De'Aaron Fox's fault or Devin Vassell's fault. They just miscommunicated, and those are the only 2 turnovers De'Aaron Fox had for the entire game. Has 2 turnovers in the first quarter, and then kind of figured it out and got tighter with the ball, started playing harder. I don't know what it is. It looks like De'Aaron Fox is never trying very hard. Not to say that as an insult, and then the game's over and he has 25 points and 10 assists. De'Aaron Fox is just so amazing out there. We shoot 46% from the field. They shoot 46% as well. Both teams are basically 34% from 3. Both teams basically shoot 70% from the free throw line, so nothing crazy in those numbers. The most glaring stat is, we have 9 more turnovers. They have 7 more assists than we do. So that's something I'm always looking at is our ball movement and how well we take care of the ball. 3-point shooting, both teams are 34% from 3. So, I'm proud that we played good 3-point defense out there. Orlando destroys us in the paint. We have 42 points. They have 64 points in the paint. Franz Wagner was doing a good job getting down there. Wendell Carter, Jalen Suggs was doing a good job just driving and getting down into the paint. And they just took a big old shit on us in the paint and destroyed us. If we had Wemby, it would be a different story, of course. We pretty much always win points in the paint. When Wembanyama's out, we're missing Castle as well. Castle's a gigantic paint scorer. So when we have those 2 guys, we usually win the points in the paint battle. But Orlando absolutely destroyed us in the paint. Second chance points, we have 7. Orlando has 11. Nothing crazy, but they did beat us in second chance points, and it goes hand in hand with them out rebounding us. Yeah, they had 52 rebounds. We had 48. Or actually, we out rebounded them surprisingly. We'll get into the offensive rebounding stats, and maybe that factored into the second chance points. And they destroyed us on the fast break. We had 9 fast break points. They had 21 fast break points. Felt like we were pretty good in the fast break just watching the game, but with us missing Stephon Castle, Wemby runs the court really well. Also, Wemby can just run straight down the middle of the court on a fast break, and he might not be the one scoring the points, but he runs straight down the middle of the court. 2 or 3 defenders tag him. They're so worried about Wemby getting an easy lob coming down the paint, and then we have Vassell in one corner, Harrison Barnes in one corner, and it ends up in wide open fast break threes. So, if gravity was a stat, Wemby's gravity stat would be right up there with Jokic and SGA. I take it back, Steph Curry. Jokic and Steph Curry have more gravity than Wemby, but y'all know what I'm saying. Wemby draws a lot of attention when he is out there on the court. Moving on to the player stats, just one more time again, shout out to Luke Kornet. That block was so fucking lit. He just swats Franz Wagner, just swats his shot out of bounds. Speaking on that play really quick as well, they ran a really good play. I think it was Suggs and Wagner on the action. Champagne and Vassell are trying to guard it, but Vassell pops up. Suggs is basically setting a screen, and then they get the switch on that screen action. Suggs cuts into the paint. He's kind of coming out almost the 3-point line, so Vassell has to follow him. And as the switch is happening, Franz Wagner's coming out like he's going to hit that screen and pop out for possibly a game-winning 3. But he just bumps Champagne. He comes right back down low, gets an easy catch. It was a really well-executed play. Franz Wagner gets that easy catch, turns it around. It looks like he's going to have an easy hook shot. I'm thinking to myself, fuck, we're going to overtime, and the Magic have a lot of momentum at this time. And then Luke Kornet just comes out of nowhere and swats his shot into the shadow realm. I'm just so happy for Luke Kornet. Luke Kornet's been amazing for us all season long. He has 5 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Doesn't seem like anything crazy. And you look at his plus minus, and he's plus 17 on the plus minus. He had the highest plus minus out of all of our players by far. I always make the point with Luke Kornet, if he's playing against Zach Edey, if he's playing against like a Rudy Gobert type of player that he played the other night, there's some other big old boys that are close to Luke Kornet's size. When he's playing those gigantic centers, they kind of neutralize him. He doesn't give our team a giant advantage, but when he's out there and he has guys like Wendell Carter, no disrespect to Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter is a good player. Franz Wagner is about 6'10", so Franz Wagner was taking some shots. Wendell Carter, Jonathan Isaac was taking some shots at Luke Kornet, but he's just the biggest, most physical player out there on the court, and it goes to show he's plus 17, gets the game-winning block. Some nights Luke Kornet has, some amazing numbers. He has 13 points and 10 rebounds and 2 blocks, and he gives us great production off the bench. Tonight he gave us great production. You look at his numbers, nothing's insane except the 3 blocks, but we all know that last block came at the most important time in the game, and even though he doesn't have any crazy points or crazy rebounds, he's just out there setting hard-ass screens. He's always in the right place at the right time. Luke Kornet's never going to take a shot, and you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck is that? What are you doing, Luke Kornet? He's always in the right place. He always makes smart basketball plays. When he's the decision maker in the pick and roll, he makes some nice reads and gets some nice assists in that pick and roll action as well. Harrison Barnes is 1 for 6 from 3. He's 4 from 12 from the field. He scores 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. And I do not care. I'm not worried about Harrison Barnes at all. He scored like 31 points the last game. When it comes to Harrison Barnes, Julian Champagnie, Devin Vassell, those 3 guys, we can go a game and none of them scored 20 points. It's just, Harrison Barnes might have a kind of cold night like he had tonight, but Devin Vassell is not going to have a cold night. If Devin Vassell has a cold night, Champagnie's not going to have a cold night. Basically, all 3 of those guys aren't all going to have a cold night on the same night. We're always going to get good production out of 1, 2, or possibly all 3 of the guys. So Harrison Barnes, he wasn't horrible out there. He only has 1 turnover. 12 shots to score 11 points isn't that great, but moving on. Champagnie, he's 4 for 8 from the field. He's 4 for 7 from 3. He gives us 14 points and 5 rebounds. So like I was saying, Barnes isn't that great. Champagnie picks up the slack. Vassell, he's 6 for 14 for 15 points. Again, 14 shots for 15 points isn't great, but he gives us the 6 rebounds, 1 assist, only 1 turnover. He gives us a block out there as well. And they're all role players out there. Devin Vassell is like our 3rd or 4th option. So you saw the other night, Vassell scores 35. He'll do that once every 15 games. He'll have some games where he just busts out and gives you 25 or more, and he's a huge reason why we win certain games. Same thing with Harrison Barnes. He had 30 points the other game as well. Same thing with Champagnie. I want to say Champagnie's had at least 1 or 2 25-point games. So, again, like I was saying, some of those guys might have a cold night, but as a 3-headed monster, they're always going to give us a good level of production, especially defensively with Champagnie and Vassell. They're not elite, but they give us very good defense on the wing as well. We already talked about Luke Kornet. Everyone loves Luke Kornet. We'll get to De'Aaron Fox last. De'Aaron Fox is a god on the court. Keldon Johnson gives us 13 points. He's 5 for 8 in his 25 minutes. Only 1 turnover. I love Keldon Johnson. I've always loved Keldon Johnson. The past 1 or 2 years, let me know if y'all agree with me on this. A lot of times he would get tunnel vision. He would make not boneheaded plays. I make this point every single one of my videos. Say there's a wide open shooter in the corner. Keldon Johnson is pretty open on the wing, and De'Aaron Fox is at the top of the key. De'Aaron Fox passes the ball to Keldon Johnson. He hesitates for like half a second, and he kind of misses that corner pass. let's say De'Aaron Fox passed him the ball, he immediately swung the ball, and now Devin Vassell or Harrison Barnes has a wide open three. Um, it's not a matter of his basketball IQ. I feel like Keldon will catch the ball a lot. He'll see he has a one-on-one with the guy in front of him, and he just thinks, I can just bully this guy. I can just put my shoulder down, get into the paint, spin back to my right hand, and get an easy layup, easy dunk right at the rim. And he's 5 for 8. He scores 13 points. He's 0 for 3 from 3. I almost never like Keldon Johnson taking a three unless he's just absolutely wide open. If there's a defender even close to Keldon, I don't really want him shooting threes. He does hit some timely threes though, but he's been atrocious from three all season. I love Keldon, but we'll just call it what it is. Other than his 3-point shooting though, his basketball IQ is looking just way better than it did last season. His defense is looking way better. He's playing just some crazy physical one-on-one defense. He can switch on to a power forward. He can switch on to a smaller center and just bully them down low and make life really hard for him. Um, he's not getting, I would notice a lot last season, a couple times this season, but not nearly as much. He'll get caught ball watching and get a backdoor cut on him. Someone will pop up. Maybe he gets back screen. His man gets a wide open three off of a back screen on Keldon Johnson, but he's just so locked into the game now. He's fully accepted his role. We just told Keldon, just come off the bench, bro. Just give us crazy energy. Just grab some rebounds out there. Get some crazy dunks. Just use your physicality to get to the rim when you have those advantages. And like I was saying, last season, it's probably like a 60-40 thing. Keldon catches the ball, he drives into his defender, and 65% of the time he's going to bully them, and he's going to get a layup at the rim. But in this season, he's just picking his spots so much better. He doesn't just catch the ball and immediately go into bully ball mode. There's still times when Keldon's in, and I feel like he could he could still make some better passes, move the ball around a little better. But we would see that last season. He would do some stuff like that, but then he would have 2 or 3 turnovers and have a handful of breakdowns defensively. He might have an off shooting night, but I'm just so impressed with Keldon. He's been so efficient. His defense has been so great. His rebounding has been so great, and he's kind of slotted into, I was gonna say, that sixth man role. Dylan Harper is more of our sixth man coming off the bench, but Keldon plays really well next to Dylan Harper, and I just can't say enough good things about Keldon right now. Dylan Harper, he might be my favorite Spur. He's becoming my favorite Spur really quickly. I just love him more and more every game. He has 16 points. He's 5 for 12 from the field. He's 1 for 3 from 3. The one three-pointer he hit, it was like probably less than 3 minutes left in the game. We were up 5. He hits the 3 and puts us up 8. It was a really big time 3 he made. Dylan Harper is never scared of anybody, and he's not scared to take clutch shots. So we love to see that. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line. I love him getting 5 attempts in 20 minutes. Um, Sooner or later, Dylan's going to be playing 30 minutes or so. I don't know if that's going to be this season. It's going to be tough to kind of stagger his minutes with De'Aaron Fox and with Stephon Castle once Stephon Castle gets back in there. But Dylan Harper is a starting point guard in the NBA right now. There's probably 15 or more teams where he would be starting as their point guard today. Um, if you just look at Dylan Harper's stats, his stats aren't always that crazy. He has 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I didn't notice that. I mean, thinking about it, yeah, he was turning the ball over a bit. He has the 5 turnovers and the 2 steals. He's really physical in the passing lanes. He does a good job of reading the passing lanes. The 5 turnovers hurts. 5 for 12 from the field isn't great, but only one game this season that Dylan Harper scored single digits. He's been double digits in all of the other games, and he never looks uncomfortable out there. He gets in the paint so easy. There was a play in the fourth quarter where he just kind of snakes his way into the lane. It was on like a semi-fast break. He gets 2 feet in the paint, kicks it out to Julian Champagnie for a wide open corner three, and Champagnie knocks it down. Dylan Harper, he's a veteran of a rookie. Dylan is just so special, and he's our point guard for the long term future. De'Aaron Fox is our point guard right now. De'Aaron Fox is our point guard for probably at least the next 4 years. De'Aaron Fox is better than Dylan Harper today, right now. You can maybe argue defensively. He's very physical defensively, Dylan Harper. So maybe you can argue he's better at mid post defense or some things. But I think De'Aaron Fox is 100% for sure the better offensive player. That's not even a question for me. You can't even argue. Um, you can't even argue that with me. If you want to say Dylan's better defensively, we can have that argument. I don't think that's something outrageous to say, but I love Dylan Harper. He's been so spectacular for us all season long, and he's still kind of just coming back from his calf injury. Dylan Harper hasn't been able to play 10, 15 games in a row and really get comfortable out there. He looks comfortable, but it already looks like the game is slowed down for Dylan Harper. He's just so good out there. But once he really gets even more comfortable, he gets even better at making those reads, and we won't see him having those 5 turnover games. All he needs is time. I love Dylan. Dylan's so great. Get Jeremy Sohan out there. He has 4 points. He's 2 for 7 from the field, 7 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Jeremy Sohan, it's not really a numbers guy. He did a good job defensively. He had some shots at Franz Wagner. I thought he did a pretty good job on Franz Wagner. I mention it every single video now. I think we're gonna trade Jeremy Sohan, just because we didn't extend him. We could have given him his contract extension. We didn't. We're giving him minutes now. I think he should get at least 20 minutes per game. He's not very good offensively. They said he worked on his three ball all off season long. The stroke does look better, but he's knocked down a couple. He's been okay in the looks that he gets, but he just doesn't give us enough offensively. I feel like we can run him in the pick and roll. He's a really good decision maker in the pick and roll. We had the point guard experiment with Jeremy Sohan 2 years ago when Victor Wembanyama was a rookie, and he looks better. He's a better ball handler. He's a bit better decision maker, and he can actually dribble the ball all the way up the court. His ball handling has been a bit better, and man, I love Jeremy Sohan. I like Jeremy a lot. He's in my heart with Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson. Like those are some of our OG guys, and we love Jeremy. But we didn't extend him, and I feel like we're probably gonna end up trading Jeremy Sohan. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens. Though I could be wrong, but there's been rumors that Giannis is out there on the trade market. If we can trade a decent package to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, I feel like Jeremy Sohan would probably be in that trade package. Unfortunately, Carter Bryant. Um, Let me know what y'all think. Carter Bryant already looks better than Jeremy Sohan as a rookie. To be honest, he definitely looks better than a rookie version of Jeremy Sohan. Carter Bryant's three ball looks better than Jeremy Sohan. Carter had the five rebounds. He did knock down one three ball. He only played 13 minutes. Jeremy Sohan is still far better defensively than Carter Bryant, but I think a lot of that has to do with just his experience, his IQ, just having playing time. I feel like if Carter Bryant got a full season under his belt, he got 13 minutes this game as well. I'd love to see Carter Bryant get 10 minutes plus, but if Carter Bryant gets a whole season under his belt and gets to see some different offenses, some different looks, just get more time in the film room. Um, yeah, I feel like Carter is going to be a better defender than Jeremy Sohan. And that's saying a lot because Jeremy is just a really, really good. He's basically an elite defender on the perimeter and just being a versatile defender. Jeremy's pretty elite defensively at the power forward position. But let me know what y'all think about that. I think we're going to trade Jeremy Sohan, to be honest. I really love Jeremy, but that's me talking as a Spurs fan. As someone that analyzes basketball, if we're able to get Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jeremy has to be in that trade package, it's just a smart basketball move to make, unfortunately. Lindy Waters gets some shine, scores 2 points. He misses his three threes. Lindy's pretty decent on defense as well. I've been noticing he's a pretty decent perimeter defender. We can play him, 5 to 10 minutes a night, just depending on what we need that night. And, maybe he knocks down two or three threes and gives us some decent defense. I do like Lindy Waters. We get a David Jones Garcia sighting. He plays a little 5 minutes, takes one shot, misses the shot. He has 2 turnovers. It'll be so tricky to get David Jones Garcia playing time because Stephon Castle, Harper, De'Aaron Fox, Devin Vassell is out there as well. It'll just be tough to get to get David Jones-Garcia playing time with how deep we are at the guard position. Then last but not least, we'll get to De'Aaron Fox. First thing I'm going to say, I didn't even notice this. I lied earlier. I said De'Aaron Fox had 2 turnovers. That was the only 2 turnovers he had all game. Forgive me, guys. I lied. De'Aaron had 7 turnovers. So the 7 turnovers is really rough. Stephon Castle would have a lot of turnovers as well when Stephon Castle was healthy for us. Hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. This is not who De'Aaron Fox is. He had 7 turnovers. He had an off game, turning the ball over, and we're gonna address it. You did a terrible job taking care of the ball, De'Aaron Fox. That was an ass performance as far as taking care of the ball, but it is what it is. De'Aaron Fox is not some crazy turnover prone player. But again, it's not all rainbows and roses. De'Aaron Fox had 7 turnovers, and that was bad, and I'm going to acknowledge that. Moving on though, that's insane. De'Aaron Fox had 7 turnovers, and he was still plus 10, even with his 7 turnovers. Just goes to show how great De'Aaron Fox is. He had the 5 assists. It'd be cool if he could have had like 7 assists to go along with his turnovers, but watching De'Aaron Fox out there, I didn't feel like there was a lot of times when I was saying, hey De'Aaron, we need you to create some more opportunities for your guys out there. De'Aaron Fox gets a lot of hockey assists as well because he just gets double teamed. He passes the ball, say to Champagny, then Champagny passes it one more time to Devin Vassell, whoever it is, and they get a wide open look. But the reason they got a wide open look is because De'Aaron Fox is getting double teamed on the strong side of the court, swing, and someone has a wide open corner 3 on the other side of the court, but the only reason they're wide open was because De'Aaron Fox got double teamed or triple teamed in the first place. Or De'Aaron Fox gets 2 feet in the paint like he does whenever he wants, then he kicks it out, one more swing, and it's a hockey assist. So not all De'Aaron Fox's assists come, from directly getting assists to people. But he has 5 rebounds, he has 5 assists. Again, he's plus 10 with 7 turnovers, which is pretty crazy. De'Aaron scores 31 points. He's 11 for 20 from the field. I think he's basically like 50%, maybe 48% efficiency since he's gotten back. I haven't heard one person say we should trade De'Aaron Fox. I haven't heard Spurs fans. I don't think a lot of that was coming from Spurs fans. There were some Spurs fans saying, "Oh, Dylan Harper's so special. Stephon Castle is special." They are very good players, but people were saying this is more like Spurs fans that don't watch a bunch of NBA basketball. They just kind of focus on Spurs games, and they didn't know who De'Aaron Fox was. Some of those people would say, "Oh, maybe we should trade De'Aaron Fox." People outside the NBA circles that just want to hate on De'Aaron Fox. I don't know what it is. De'Aaron Fox is such a likable guy. I really don't get it, but I haven't heard not once since De'Aaron Fox has got back in the lineup. I haven't heard anybody say, "Oh, Spurs should trade De'Aaron Fox and pick up whoever the fuck they should pick up." De'Aaron Fox is the second best player on San Antonio. He's our best guard offensively. He's just our best guard overall. Stephon Castle is better than De'Aaron Fox defensively, but he's not a better overall player than De'Aaron Fox. Dylan Harper's amazing. I love Dylan Harper. I might like him more than De'Aaron Fox because we drafted him. Still love De'Aaron Fox, but none of those guards are better than De'Aaron Fox right now. And De'Aaron Fox has just been amazing since he came back. He's 3 for 7 from 3, 6 for 9 from the free throw line. I love to see him get the 9 free throw attempts. When De'Aaron first got back, I feel like he was settling for 3 balls a bit, settling for his mid-range jump shot a little bit, and he's elite at the mid-range jumper, but I'd watch him and I'd think to myself, De'Aaron, you're so fast out there. You can get in the paint whenever you want, and we don't need you to get in the paint and shoot a floater or get in the paint and shoot a fadeaway jumper. Just get 2 feet in the paint and pass it out to somebody else, and we're going to get wide open looks on the perimeter just off of De'Aaron Fox's penetration and his rim pressure. My next point for De'Aaron Fox, I have my notes here. I want to say it was 2 of the threes that he hit. We were up 5, and De'Aaron Fox hit a huge 3 on Franz Wagner. He had a huge 3 on Franz Wagner when we were up 5. He had just checked back in the game. He checks back in the game, knocks down that big 3. Then we were up 8, and then De'Aaron Fox makes another three with about 2 minutes left in the game, and then I think he hit some free throws late down the stretch as well. De'Aaron Fox scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, and 8 of those points, he had that three ball. He had another three ball and the two free throws. So 8 of those points came in the final 3 minutes of the game. De'Aaron Fox is our closer. He was clutch player of the year. I want to say 2 years ago. He's an amazing closer. He's an amazing clutch player. Um, I remember when we lost to the Warriors, De'Aaron Fox took some clutch shots down the stretch. Looked like he had Wemby pretty open for an alley-oop a couple times. If y'all remember that game, De'Aaron Fox is not a selfish player. It's not like De'Aaron Fox is going out there and saying, "Oh, it's the last 2 minutes. It's time for me to take 5 shots in a row." I don't think he thinks of himself like that, but he's an amazing closer. He's an amazing clutch player. And the game against, it was like 2 games ago. It wasn't the Timberwolves. Whoever we played before the Timberwolves, but y'all remember Devin Vassell. It was the game when Vassell scored 35 points. Devin Vassell hits 2 clutch threes down the stretch to basically ice the game. De'Aaron Fox had taken 2 shots, probably in like the last 2 minutes of the game. De'Aaron Fox had taken 2 shots. He missed both of those shots, and the final 2 plays of the game, De'Aaron Fox defers to Devin Vassell. He knows Devin Vassell is on fire, and he makes sure the ball ends up in Devin Vassell's hands. So it's not like De'Aaron Fox is going to be having an off night and then say, "All right, guys, it's the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Time for me to take 5 shots." Um, just low quality shots doesn't matter what the shots are. I'm De'Aaron Fox. I'm the clutch player. I'm the closer. Time for me to do my job. It's not like that at all. He did come in and close this game. Um, Probably once Wemby gets back, I feel like De'Aaron Fox is probably still a better option as a closer than Wemby, just depending on what team we're playing. If we're playing a team and they're doing a really good job defending Wembanyama, they have a bunch of athletic 6'8", 6'9" guards that can switch up and guard Wembanyama really well, but then they're a little weaker at their point guard, shooting guard defense, then of course have De'Aaron Fox close out that game. We have an advantage in that case. Let De'Aaron Fox close out. If Victor Wembanyama has the advantage, let Wemby close the game. It's not like De'Aaron Fox has to close every single game where De'Aaron Fox feels like he has to take those shots where he's letting us down. It's not like that. Last point. It doesn't need to be De'Aaron or Wemby closing the game. They haven't developed this. Let me know what y'all think. They haven't really developed this at all. De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, I don't want to say they have no two-man game, but their two-man game is really weak. Weak isn't the right word. They're still trying to develop it. So once they've developed a bit of a two-man game, it's not going to be De'Aaron Fox or Wemby closing the game. It's going to be both of them closing the game. It's going to be pick and rolls, pick and pops, and whoever has the best look, whether it's Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, maybe Vassell gets open looks, Harrison Barnes, Champagnie, whoever it is, we're going to start running that two-man action between De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. And once we actually get that developed, that's probably what we're going to be going to a lot of the time to close out these games. But great win from the Spurs. Felt like we were going to win the game all the way through. I was never too worried about it. Franz Wagner does hit that late three and cut the game to 2 points. And at that point, I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried that we might have lost the game. If this was last year's Spurs team, I would have been thinking, fuck, we're for sure going to lose this game. But our team's we're performing amazingly in the clutch. It's us, the Rockets, and the Thunder. Those are the top 3 clutch teams in the NBA. Our record in the clutch, we're either 9-3 or 10-3 in close games at this point in the season. So it's so refreshing from seeing us last season be in close games and just blow it every single time. Just have no idea how to close out games. Now we have De'Aaron Fox. He's a professional in clutch situations and closing out games. He's not always the one taking the shots, but he sets us up, gets us in good offensive sets, and it's obvious seeing how we're closing games. We're becoming one of the best clutch teams in the NBA and just one of the better teams in the NBA in general, game in and game out. So please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. I'm so proud of the boys. Comment below what you think. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.